I'll be watching Skyblock Potato War 2 by Technoblade, and I really like the first Potato War. I thought that was very funny. Like, just like a huge troll. Beautifully done. Welcome. And if you come here often, come here rarely. Stop by again. We'd love to have you. And you can do that by subscribing to the channel. We are Chicago Reacts. We do this because you guys love it. And it makes us happy. So if this made you happy, like the video, you can share it with a friend. You can leave me a comment. And otherwise, I won't waste any more of your precious little time, even though you have the ability to fast forward through these things. Which, I work hard at my intros. You can see that I wrote this out beforehand. I was supposed to cut this down. Okay, well, let's get into this then.
The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked, why? Didn't you already win the potato war?
Oh,
but no,
snap.
the potato wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've got to go back to November. When I dethroned Squid Kid and became the #1 potato farmer in Skyblock, I went to his island and laughed at him for half an hour. Then my co-op member showed up, and we all started laughing at him. It was not a good day for Squid Kid.
No.
He updated it! Squid warned me that he wasn't giving up on rank #1, but I didn't care, so I uploaded the Great Potato War. But in the days after that, I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become #1. Now that I had done it,
I wonder how long it took him to do that. I'm sure it says in the first video. I don't remember.
I had no idea what to do with myself. I mean, the video did all right, but not nearly enough to justify the time I had spent on it. And after I uploaded it, so many people started using potato minions that the price of potatoes dropped 30% in the auction house. My plans to become rich had failed both in-game and in real life, but at least I had my potato rank. But when I visited Squid Kid's island 3 days later, what I found shocked me. He had 23 minion slots. Now, when I made the Great Potato War, some people criticized me for violating Sun Tzu's most basic tenet. Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron. But my belief that the Potato War was already over had been baseless. Between my 3 extra minion slots, most of Squid's minions not being max level, and the price of catalysts skyrocketing due to needing the same materials as a new quest, Squid Kid would need almost 100 million coins to catch up. And I knew for a fact he was broke. I decided to do some investigative journalism. I'd seen a new sign on Squid's Island advertising his new guild. So I did what any normal person would do and bought another alt account, and then I infiltrated the guild. But what I found confirmed my worst fears. People were helping Squid Kid. I'd cyberbullied Squid too hard. People had seen the video, felt bad, and gone to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. Now, I can't complain about other people getting free stuff, but watching tens of millions get given to my arch nemesis by my own viewers, it was a bro moment. In a week, he had a farm even stronger than my own. My worst fears had been realized. Squid was catching up. If I wanted to remain #1, I had to act fast. Once more I consulted the wisdom of ancient times. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. I couldn't let Squid learn of my plans, so I boarded up the potato dome. I hired goons and swore them to secrecy. I knew Squid would be monitoring my actions, so I started an SMP series to throw him off the trail. And like that, I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that, I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before. Unlock the 24th minion slot. It wasn't going to be easy. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins by selling potatoes before prices had fallen. I paid my goons to start gathering the resources we needed, whether that was by purchasing directly from NPCs or scouring the auction house 24/7. In the meantime, I headed to the Spider's Den, where I fought Tier 4 Tarantula bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the Tarantula minion, which gave several new minion crafts. Progress was steady, but we soon encountered an obstacle. Enchanted Mud, and it was such a useless item that even if you had the money to pay for it, nobody was selling it on the auction house. I had to go on a manhunt to find someone who was actually using sheep minions so I could trade for it directly. This guy says he has some enchanted button for me. Wait, you're not pulling a
Is he saying enchanted bud? Enchanted mud? Because both pique my interest. I would try some enchanted bud. The first thing it made me think of was disenchantment. Probably because word association is the same. It's the same word. But I was thinking of Elfo. If you've seen that show, smoking enchanted bud. Oh, you know what? They went into that there was like a drug trip episode, but I think it was more like opium than enchanted bud. Probably find that only in the elf's forest.
Google, are you? You wanted some enchanted sugar cane, so that's the approximate equivalent in value. Pleasure doing business with you, Fugle. I partially forgive you for your past crimes. Alright, it took 3 days and over 80 million coins, but we finally got all the materials we need to craft. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's so organized. These are enough to make 50 unique crafts, and then we'll have 24 minion slots. So we're just gonna speed up the craft in here.
Okay. This crafting took 45 minutes to craft it all?
We did it, boys! The 24th
Hey-o!
was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes per day.
That's pretty
I now have
good.
the maximum number of minions, but if I wanted to make the greatest possible potato farm, there was still one upgrade I needed to get. An upgrade even dumber than all the past upgrades combined. Unfortunately, the website I used to stock Squid Kid's auction bids revealed that he was already working on it. I had no other choice. I once said that the most useless item in the game is a minion expander, but that was before I learned about the flycatcher. The flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%, 5% more than the minion expanders I was currently using. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a flycatcher. First, you need a fly swatter, which drops from less than 1% of high-level tarantula bosses, and then you need over 10 million coins worth of tarantula silk. To give you guys a quick visual of how many materials we're gonna need some of this,
some of that,
a little bit of this too,
this and that,
some of that,
a little bit of that, this and that,
and a little bit of that.
Up here, we need some of that.
Now, if we combine all of that together, we can make one flycatcher. I need 24 of these. It was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student. Remember, exam season. Squid Kid would be at his weakest.
This guy, oh my god. Okay, so I'm wondering, like, is YouTube this dude's main source of revenue, that he has all of this time to troll this one kid? And that is so funny, like, he said, I know you're a college student and now is exam time, so I'm just gonna absolutely cream you. You know, honestly, I appreciate the tenacity. I don't have it. I watched my friends play Minecraft for maybe like 25 minutes one time in middle school. And I had to say no because, like, I would have played it myself, but they wouldn't give me the password to the account. It was disrespect. So, no, I don't think I would have gone this far, but it does make me happy to see it.
Before winter break, I once more gathered my goons and ordered them to acquire the needed materials. My main problem was money. I still had a few tens of millions of coins left over, but if I wanted 24 flycatchers, that wasn't even close to enough. Fortunately, the Potato Dome was making over 3 million coins per day, not including the cost of buying catalyst, which was not an issue for me. Remember when I flexed on all of you with my chest full of catalysts? Yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was holding back. One of the things I did to raise money was grind candy during spooky festivals, which is how I unlocked this skeleton horse pet, which was a huge flex back in November, and now nobody cares at all. But the important thing about the skeleton horse pet is that there's actually a bug that most people don't know about. The skeleton horse can trample crops on other people's islands.
Oh.
Just kidding. I'd never do something like that. Because I'm a good person. It turns out it's really easy to glitch through doors, so the people visited my island formed an orderly queue to wait their turn to break into the dome. This community is the worst. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but getting the fly swatters was actually quite easy. Sure, it's an incredibly rare boss drop, but the thing is it's only useful for making flycatchers, an item which literally only 2 people on the server were going for. Which is how my alt account ended up in a bidding war with Squid Kid. Why? Why did he sent me a party invite? Now he's in the guild chat. Pomme de terre. And I've been kicked. The people breaking into the dome have now started a potato cult. I don't know how to feel about
They
this.
like
It ended up taking
you.
5 weeks of constant grinding, but on Christmas Eve, we finally had 24
5
flycatchers.
weeks?
This was largely thanks to this man who used his expert business skills to outsource the work to dozens of Skyblock tryhards, ultimately contributing 3,000 stacks of tarantula webs, for which I paid over 100 million coins. We'd finally done it. We'd created the strong...
Okay, I'm curious, because you know how in some games you can, like, buy game money with actual money? Is this one of those games? And if so, how much do you think, maybe not this guy, because I feel like he's got the support system to fund him, but I'm wondering how much... Well, now I'm thinking that time is more, like, what's coveted here. This guy spent 5 weeks, so I don't think that fake money is an issue to him.
Longest possible potato farm, producing 1,129,000 potatoes per day. Unfortunately, Squid's army wasn't slacking off either, and 2 weeks later he too had the strongest theoretical potato farm. Now the only way for him to catch up would be to farm potatoes by hand, and he had already started. I spent 10 hours constructing a gigantic potato farm covering over 21,000 blocks. For the next part of my plan, I went to Pigacle. Yeah, this is mine now.
You just rob it and sell it.
I'll just be taking this. This is good. I've been pretty broke recently. If you're wondering why I borrowed one of the strongest weapons in the game, it's because the Reaper Scythe has an ability that's crucial for farming potatoes. Now that I had it, I could finally... My farm is finally complete. And it only takes 85 minutes to replant. I made an AFK machine on my island so planted potatoes would keep growing even when I wasn't online. For a few days in January, there was a bug affecting a lot of farming minions. Potato minions were only making 33% the potatoes they were supposed to. Like any normal person, I immediately asked myself, how can I use this information to destroy my enemies? Squid, notice anything about your minions lately? Yeah? I farmed potatoes for so long that I began to question my sanity. I knew it was bad. One time, after finishing planting potatoes, I took a nap, and when I woke up I had no idea how long I'd been asleep, but when I checked my farm, I instantly knew, these potatoes have been growing for 3.5 hours. Shut up, I don't have a problem. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million. I had to replant this entire field 19 times. Every day I monitored Squid's live streams on Twitch to the point where I amassed 9,000 channel points. I made sure to farm potatoes whenever he was live to demoralize him.
Is he really planting potatoes too? We're gonna go check. This dude has a mental illness.
As time went on, you could begin to hear the hope draining from his voice.
I just can't believe how much he's farming. We need Minecraft Mondays to come back.
At this point, I was pretty
Oh my god, Squid Kid sounds like... Wow, like that was, it's like some animated, just like... kind of like a bozo, and he's always like asking questions like this. That's exactly what he sounds like. I can't think of like a single character, but yeah, not to shit on him. That's, yeah.
In the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. I can see my own potato count and what rank I am, but Squid has disabled the API setting that allows other people to see exactly how many potatoes he's at. Little does he know I have spent the last 4 months meticulously updating a spreadsheet of our potato counts, which I did by crawling through his farm and timing each of his minions with the stopwatch every day to calculate his exact potato output. Based on the math, I should be about 22 million potatoes ahead, which would take over 200 hours of farming by hand to catch up. At that point, I thought the potato war was truly over. But everything changed with the pet update. The first change is that flycatchers got buffed to plus 20%, instantly increasing my potato farm's yield to 1,231,000 potatoes per day. Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet that would help me win the war. Unfortunately, none of the pets seemed geared towards potato farming. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet, which gave a small boost to your farming experience. A higher farming level gives you a small chance to get extra potatoes when you farm them by hand, so I figured the rabbit pet would probably help me farm potatoes, maybe 1% faster. It could be epic at worst, but we want legendary, please. It turned out rabbit pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%. And Squid had no idea it existed. I had to level
Pretty
up my
good.
rabbit as fast as possible, and since pet experience is based on skill experience, I decided to grind alchemy. You see, alchemy is the rich man skill, alright? If you have the money to burn on expensive ingredients, you can level up insanely quickly. And this was almost 2 months after I'd finished spending all my money on flycatchers. I had money to burn. I spent so many hours brewing potions that I ended up ranked 4 globally in alchemy. You want to know what level my rabbit is today? 96. It's not even max. This experience requirement is ridiculous. And in this time, Squid was fishing to level up his epic squid pet. It wasn't until 4 days
Oh my
after the
God.
update that he learned about the legendary rabbit and got one of his own. But it was too late. His pet sucks. It's level like 65 or something. Thanks to the rabbit pet, my minions now produce 1,586,000 potatoes per day. It's difficult to calculate exactly what my potato lead is right now because the rabbit pet only works when you're online, but the pet update has definitely pushed it to at least 25 million. Since the war began, I have farmed 158 million potatoes, which in hot potato
Jeez.
books is over 6,000. I ain't losing this spot. One last thing I'd like to mention. While I was stalking Squid on my alt, the entire lobby was just piling on him in the chat. They were just hating on him. You see, after the first Potato War video, Squid got 40,000 subscribers in the YouTube rank, and ever since then he's been getting hate because, oh my god, he just got YouTube rank because of Technoblade, it's all luck, he sucks. I just like to take a moment to defend Squid Kid and say it's not all luck. I mean, luck was obviously a big factor, nobody's denying that, but the thing is, most opportunities are created by luck. It takes skill to grasp those opportunities and turn it into success. The original Potato War video would have been so much less funny if Squid wasn't #1 and it was just some random boring guy. Now I talked to Squid afterwards, he's an adult. He doesn't care at all, but I care, alright? So if you see Squid in a lobby, say something nice to him, compliment his hair or something, because he's been dealing with cringe hate for too long, man. We gotta help him. That being said, if Squid Kid thinks he can take my potato rank, he'd better go farm for 1,000,000 years. It ain't happening, dude. You think I've been insane in this video? Wrong. There's actually so many techniques and strategies that I can't even put in this video because he hasn't discovered them yet. I'm keeping them in reserve. You have no idea. This man's been playing checkers while I've been farming potatoes. He's through.
I recently had a child try to explain checkers to me, which I did know how to play when I was a kid but have forgotten, and I don't think it was correct. Maybe they were talking about potatoes. I would like to know how many hours this man has put into the Potato War. If somebody could tell me that, then I'll do the math and figure out how many days it is. I like math. I will do the math. This is just like shocking for me to consume that, you know, like when I have a day when I just like don't have that much going on, I just like, well, sometimes I'll do a puzzle. I've been really into puzzles lately, or I scroll on my phone for upwards of 8 hours. But that's only on like, if it's gray outside and I'm like, I'm cold and I can only be near the heater, and like my cat will sometimes hang out with me. But other times I do puzzles, and sometimes I read. And he said alchemy, and I recently read The Alchemist, so I can read. That was fun. No, I'm not even going to compare that to my, like, lazy days, because this man's full-time, like, 60-hour work week, 80 hours, he's working like a doctor, is playing this game, ? It's not for everyone, but it is for this guy, and I'm glad that he makes videos about it, so I can look and just question a little bit. You gotta question what you're saying. You can't just digest it. That was pretty fun. Thanks for watching that with me. If you've seen it, okay, also, can you tell me if you remember from the first one, or if you're willing to go back and like watch the other video? Actually, I'm sure you could just Google it. How many potatoes did he have at the end of Potato War Part 1? And then like how many did he end with this time? If somebody could have access to that spreadsheet that he had, that would also be nice. If you have a link to his spreadsheet, you can post it in the comments below. Otherwise, just leave me a comment telling me something about potatoes. I'm trying to think of any fun facts that I know about potatoes. Sometimes when I'm scrolling on Instagram Reels, I'll get like this video that pops up and it's like, here's how to make the crispiest potato. You like slice it super thin, but you don't slice it all the way through so it's still connected, and then you like deep fry it or something. Potato facts, potato farmers, potato. Yeah, I ain't got nothing on that. I'm a French fry person. Oh my god. Sweet potato tater tots. Unreal. So, well, I would say bye, but the producer went to the bathroom, so I think I'm just gonna like keep on talking to y'all. How was your day? How was your past week? How did January end for you? January ended 3 days ago, as of the time we're recording this. For me, it was pretty good. I booked some paid modeling gigs, which always makes me very happy, because while I am with an agency, I still do freelance. So if you need me for a project and it's professional, you can book me through Instagram. Oh, here, we can wrap it. You can find me on Instagram at RachelAblaV. It is in the description. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It's like so easy, and it's a good way to support us if you like our content. And if you like our content, just like the video. It's a good way to support. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah. Oh, I forgot I was gonna bring some fake glasses here that I got from a shoot the other day. Did you know that when shooting eyeglasses, there's not lenses in the frames? I found that out, but that makes sense because if you're using studio lights, then it would just be reflecting a bunch, which doesn't look good on camera. So there's a fun fact about modeling, I guess. Thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you again, although I cannot see you, but I hope to hear from you again because I can read, as I have stated. So leave me a comment and let me know what you thought. You can also recommend me a video. Love it. Okay.